wanna take you back to the past to play the games that suck. He'd rather have a buffalo take a diarrhea dump in his ear. He'd rather eat the rock of a road-killed skunk and down it with beer. He's the angriest gamer you've ever heard. He's the angry Nintendo nerd. He's the angry Nintendo nerd.
God! Oh, what the? No. No.
You like Nintendo? You like to play games?
No.
You nerd. You wanna play some Dr. Jekyll
No.
and Mr. Hyde?
No. No.
Or you wanna play my game? Ha ha ha!
This game's horrible.
This game is my nightmare. It's a frustrating, incoherent pile of vomited. Even the first screen is kind of weird because it shows Freddy without his glove, but his knives are still coming out of the fingers. Now, I think I might actually have an explanation for this. In the movie Nightmare Part 2, they just up. So you play as some dude who has some serious because he punches snakes right in the face. And you don't have to anyway, you just jump over them all. So this guy has the worst luck ever because rocks randomly fall out of the sky and flocks of vampire bats come after him. Even though it may appear to be a typical side-scroller, it isn't at all. There's nothing self-explanatory or even fun about this diarrhea mess. I can't figure out where I'm supposed to go. Some of the doors are closed and some of them are open, but it hardly seems to matter because usually there's only one on the entire street that you can go inside. Whether it's open or shut, it seems completely random.
Ha! Figure that out!
So you go inside one of the houses, and guess what? It's crawling with ginormous spiders. So what do? You give them a taste of your fist. Punch them. Smack them around. God spiders. Eat my ass. Show me you're a man. Punch those spiders.
Spiders! Punch them! Snakes! You want some too?
So I get to this little square door on the floor and I can't go down. The arrow says down, which probably means that's where I'm supposed to go, but I can't. It's not till later I find out I'm supposed to collect all the bones in this room first. When I first started playing this, I had no clue what they were for, but now I realize you have to get the bones because that's the point of the game. And if you can't find every single last one of them, you can't leave the room. And some of them are practically invisible. They blend in with the background because the graphics just suck.
Ooh, yeah! Play that game!
The plot of this game is that you're trying to collect all of Freddy's bones so you can destroy them in a furnace. Confused? Well, Freddy's dead, and now his bones are somehow scattered all around every house on Elm Street. Meanwhile, Freddy's entering your dreams, just like in the movies, and he can only be stopped when his final remains no longer exist. Freddy's got a lot of bones, and they all look exactly the same. Classic cartoon dog bone. You know, come to think of it, the plot's kind of like Simon's Quest. Why would Simon want to go around collecting pieces of Dracula? He was killed the first time. Just leave him alone. Imagine if Batman killed the Joker and then he scattered his pieces all over the city and then went around collecting them all. What a bunch of In fact, the gameplay in Nightmare on Elm Street itself is a lot like Simon's Quest. It has that strange presence to it, where you slip in and out of day to night. In this case, it's a dream world and a awake world. It's got that non-linear quality to it where you're always confused, trying to figure out where the So at the end of each house, some weird incarnation of Freddy appears. In this part, it's Freddy's hand on a bunch of balls. What were they thinking? So you go around looking for another house you can go in, and none of them let me in. Try the cemetery? Nope, can't go there. What's with the zombies? They look like Frankenstein monsters walking with their arms stretched out. Like, how fucking